Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News and your daily wrestling newscast for Tuesday, November 14th, 2023. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with Monday Night Raw, broadcast live last night on USA Network from the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. In the closing segment of the show, Drew McIntyre made his full heel turn, aligning himself with Judgment Day and helping Finn Balor and Damian Priest to defeat Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso to retain the WWE World Tag Team Championship. The finish came when Balor pinned Jey Uso after Uso had received a super kick from McIntyre on the outside. Earlier in the show, J.D. McDonough had also been welcomed as an official member of Judgment Day. The Judgment Day was also in action in the opening match of the show, with Dominic Mysterio and McDonough getting disqualified in their match against Sami Zayn and World Champion Seth Rollins due to outside interference from Priest and Balor.
Reversal from Dominic. Bang! What a kick by Seth. Rollins with Dominic up high. Seth with a buckle bomb. Dominic does not want to be there. Meanwhile, through the crowd, Balor and Priest.
Rhea Ripley was confronted during the opening segment by Zoe Stark, who is set to challenge Ripley for the Women's World title at Survivor Series.
Well, Rhea, let me just say this. I nearly took that title from you at Crown Jewel, and I will become champion at Survivor Series.
Rhea tried to attack Zoe from behind and paid for it.
In other results, The Miz pinned Ivar with his feet on the ropes. Xia Li defeated Indy Hartwell via referee stoppage. Ludwig Kaiser beat Tommaso Ciampa. Tegan Nox defeated Piper Niven. And Shinsuke Nakamura pinned Otis. In ratings news, last Friday's edition of WWE SmackDown drew a total audience of 2.195 million viewers to Fox, according to WrestleNomics. That's up 3.5% from the previous week's audience of 2.119 million. The rating in the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic was 0.57, up from the previous week's key demo rating of 0.53. AEW Rampage also experienced a rise in viewership last Friday night, bringing in 322,000 viewers to TNT, up 8% from the previous week's 298,000, according to WrestleNomics. The key demo rating for Rampage was 0.12, up from the previous week's 0.11. And in legal news, Tammy Sytch is scheduled to be sentenced on the morning of November 27th on a series of convictions stemming from a fatal traffic incident that occurred last year, including DUI manslaughter. The accident in Ormond Beach, Florida, caused the death of 75-year-old Julian Lassiter. Prosecutors in the case are seeking 26 years of imprisonment for Sytch, which is in line with the maximum sentencing for the felony she's been convicted of. She is obligated to serve a minimum of 4 years. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast, and remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.